We are on, guys. Thanks so much for coming to Event Profit Plan. Oops, initially I called it Event Profit Map. Event Profit Map, discover how to create your own powerful and profitable event or retreat so that you can get more clients, create valuable connections, and position yourself as a go-to expert in your field. I am so excited and happy to see you here. And for those of you I know are coming to the replay, so let's do it. I do want you to tune in, give yourself this time. You are here because you have a dream, you have a vision, you want to create something, and you're going to be able to do that if you tune in and really soak in this information. I have a lot of valuable content for you today. So log out, get rid of the distractions. And I do have a special bonus if you stay to the end, so stick around and I'll reveal what that is later. I would love to know in the comments, are you currently hosting live events or retreats? So let me know if you are currently hosting live events and retreats in the comments. Or if you are just starting out and you want to, not currently been thinking about it, not yet. Okay, either way, you guys are in the right place. If you are hosting events, horse coaching events, oh, those are so, I haven't done that yet, Felicia, but I know those have got to be incredibly important. Karen says, I have and stopped, and I'm not sure I want to do it again. Okay, Karen, well, hopefully this will help you decide that, right? Let's see if this is still something that you want to be doing. And Lynn wants to do them later this year, and that's awesome. I'm gonna move this down here so it's out of the way. Alexis ran a 3-part workshop and wants to continue. Great. Lynn, I didn't know you were a former event planner. Well, it should be easier for you. I wouldn't say easy, but easier. Kim does several a year. Great to see you, Kim. Tiana's planning an event now. Okay, great. This is great, you guys. So my next question is, if you're doing events, tell me, are you making money? Are you making money on your events and retreats? That is what we want for you. And often that is not what happens. That is not what happens often, because people are doing the events for the right reasons, for their passion, but they don't know how to execute the steps in a way and create a profit plan. And some of them are like Kim, who is making money but wants to go bigger, Hey, Dominic, welcome, 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 everybody. No matter where you are, what I'm sharing today is going to be beneficial for you. So let's keep going and keep those comments coming, you guys, too. And if I say something that resonates, let me know. So I just want to remind you, you're in the right place. If you're an entrepreneur starting out with events and wants to create profitable events and retreats, if you dream of doing your first event, but you don't know where to start, you're in the right place. And if you're like Kim, and you're ready to, you're doing it and you want to increase your profit and up level, you are also in the right place. I have got you covered. Okay, so just stick with me. I know you're here because you do want to create your dream event and retreat, and you need to profit. You wanted to make money, and you also want to have that confidence and ease around all the planning. And when you do that, you will build your know, like, and trust, get more clients, and establish yourself as the leader in your field. A kick-butt, profitable planning strategy is the answer. But the reality is there are common fears that actually they're the same fears, whether you've done 10 events or whether you've not done any. And I know that people who haven't done events yet are probably shocked to hear this, but Even experienced event and retreat like leaders worry that nobody's going to come. It's that mindset stuff, you guys, right? Nobody's going to come. Who's going to want this? Who's going to pay for this is a very common fear. Also, I'm going to lose money because I'm not sure how to set it up right is a common fear on all levels. And it's overwhelming. There are a lot of moving pieces typically, and that is also a common fear. So what you're going to discover today is why live gatherings are one of the best ways to cut through the noise. You guys, it is so freaking noisy right now, right? This is a way to cut through and connect with your potential clients. You're also going to discover how to focus on the right areas when planning at the right time and ensure you make a profit. And my big promise to you, if you stick with me here today, is a step-by-step plan to create your profitable event. If you want that, give me a shout out, give me a yes in the comments. And it's all about 3 keys to creating a powerful and profitable live event or retreat. That is why we are here. And I see the yeses coming through. Hey, Michelle, glad to see you here. Kate, yes, yes. Lynn, yes. Felicia, yes. Okay, let's do it, you guys. Let's do it. I'm going to walk you through how to get started today. And I do have a request though, you guys. I want you to pinky promise me that you will stay open, you will stay focused on why you signed up for this, okay? You signed up for this because you have this dream. Maybe you're still trying to decide if this is right or not. When you commit to this next hour or so with me, you're going to have those answers. You're going to know whether this is for you or not. You're going to know whether this is the right time for you or not. But you have to just pinky promise me right now. Thank you, Lynn, for the promise that you're going to follow along and be open to what I'm sharing today, because I am giving you the 3 keys to create that powerful and profitable live event. Let me be honest, you guys, totally transparent. There is something for sale at the end of this for those of you who want more support. If you take what I'm giving you today and you are ready to run with it and you are complete, I am really happy and I can't wait to see your events and retreats happen. I'd love for you to tag me and show me like, hey, I did it. You know, this is my event or retreat. I did it. Thank you so much, Elaine, for the webinar. I'm good. I love seeing people's pictures. And if you're really ready to take that leap and go in with your event, then I am ready to help you. And I heard a little bit of noise, so I want to make sure everybody should be muted. If you see that you're not muted, if you could just go ahead and mute yourself, that would be great. Let me see if I can do it here. Mute. It shows that you're really already muted, so maybe it was, I don't know what it was. Okay, so you guys, events are magical, but creating one isn't magic. You just have to follow the plan and do the work. Follow the plan and do the work. And if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what steps to take, you very well may leave money on the table. You could be leaving money on the table now if you're doing events. You might spend money that you don't need to spend. You're going to miss opportunities and you're probably going to be super stressed out. And that is not what I want for you. So I want you to gain that expertise, right? So that you can create that unforgettable experience and make money, and that you can use events to sell your programs. You can also, you guys, you can lead destination retreats that turn a profit. Most people don't, but it is profitable and I can show you how. And I want you to have fun planning your events. And my name is Elaine Wellman and I am addicted to live gatherings, as you probably know. Here are some logos from some events that I have planned and I am currently working on. Shout out to all my Allie Brown Elevate ladies. You do see the iconic logo there. I am thrilled that I am supporting Allie's iconic event in November in Phoenix. The Copywriter Club, I've worked with them for 2 years. We're gearing up to work on their third 2-day conference, which is in San Diego next year. Over on the right side, my client Kimay is planning a retreat in Paris. It's in September. I did the $1 Million Women Summit in New York back in April. So this is just to let you know that, like, I do freaking know what I'm talking about, you guys. So I love events. I would love to see your logo on that little spread there. And I love events, and I know you will soon too be addicted to events as we go into the 3 keys to a powerful, profitable live event. And again, why events? You guys, connection is king, especially in this super noisy, crazy world that we're living in now. I love that we're on technology. I love that we're connecting this way. And if we were in a room together, it would be so much better. Connection is king to building the KLT factor. And most of you probably know what the KLT factor is. It is know, like, and trust. When people know you and like you and trust you, that is when they buy. And live events are one of the best ways, if not the very best way, to create that KLT. I just want to share with you some points from this Entrepreneur Magazine article, which was titled, Why Live Events Are Rocket Fuel for Business Growth. And I kind of could just leave it there. I mean, that's the title of the article, you guys. Rocket Fuel for Business Growth. But they interviewed a lot of top-level marketers at big companies that do big events. It still relates to us little guys, right? And this is some of the things people said, that live events may be the single best channel to fuel your business growth. And the power of face-to-face marketing cannot be supplanted by digital tricks and tactics. And that they may be more effective than digital advertising, content marketing, and email marketing. Doesn't mean you don't need that stuff or some of that stuff, but the power of live events is just undeniable, you guys. Because you create that deep connection. You can also have big paydays all at once versus lots of little individual outreaches that, you know, you can do it that way, but you can get that payday all at once through events. You know, you can do live events and have a $25,000 day or a $50,000 day or a $10,000 day, a $5,000 day, wherever you are in your business. It does set you apart from your competitors. You can become known for doing these amazing experiences, creating these experiences, and it doesn't excite your audience, and so that entices them to buy. And once you master this, you do have the confidence and know-how to create these unforgettable live gatherings that do put money in your bank account. You will elevate that know, like, and trust factor with your tribe. That translates to money. You will become known as the go-to leader in your field, and you will know how to use this as an overall business strategy. And that's why we're going to go into the 3 keys. Just a little bit more about me before we do that. I'm going to grab a sip of water. And my water is leaking, you guys. I have 2 bottles here, so I'm going to switch bottles. I do have 20 years of experience as a New York City event planner. I am also a certified coach. I've been in the coaching world for 10 years. I have produced hundreds, I don't know, maybe 1,000. I actually didn't count them as I was going, of events. But that coaching piece really sets me apart from other event planners. I am in this space with you, this online marketing, coaching consultant, online entrepreneur, healer, arena with you. So I understand the unique market. You know, a corporate event planner or a wedding event planner doesn't usually deal with people who are selling stuff in the room. They don't deal with people doing spiritual work, which I love. I understand both and I love both. And that uniquely positions me to help people in this area with their live events and retreats. I'll show you just a few of those before we dive into the 3 points. I mentioned earlier my client Kimay, she pre-sold spots to her parish retreat, which is happening in September, before she even put the sales page up using my system. The Copywriter Club, I saved them thousands of dollars, you guys, on their venue. And they became the hottest ticket for copywriters. Everybody wants to come to their event, which is an annual 2-day conference. And Elena, who was in my group program, Live Event Mastery, is a rock star. In 4 months, you guys, she went from scratch to having hosted her retreat and filled her mastermind. She filled many spots. I think everybody that came to her retreat bought her mastermind, and then she did additional sales because she had more spots in her mastermind than she did people at her retreat. But she did it in 4 months. I'm going to put that caveat. This is not a typical result because most people don't start from scratch the first time ever they do something and do it in that short of a window. But you can if you're all in and you know what to do and you know what to do when, okay? So again, creating successful live events positions you as the leader, gives you that know, like, and trust. It also gives you a meaningful platform to sell your high-end offers, like your masterminds, if that's what you're looking for. And it provides that container for you to do your deepest, greatest work, which is what I really, really love about events. And, you know, it can be your deepest work if you're doing spiritual work, and it can be your deepest work if you're doing strategy, you know, and you can just really go in when you have that container of a live event. So are you ready? I'm going to tell you what the 3 keys are now, and we are going to go right into them. The first key is to perceive your vision. The second key is to understand the planning cycle, what to do when. And the third key is to create a profit plan. And I'm going to walk you through all of this right now. I want you to stay open, like Kate says, and commit to your dream and dream big and think about how this can serve you. Perceive, plan, and profit. Perceive is our first concept here. And this is where you really tap into your why, your vision, your goals, and your ideal clients. And for some of you, this might sound like, oh yeah, I know this already. I start here with every single client I work with, because when you get to your deeper why and your bigger vision, everything gets clear, you guys. Everything gets clear. And the biggest mistake I see is not getting clear on the vision. And a lot of people skip this. A lot of people think they already know this. And I'm going to challenge you and say, most of you probably don't know it, even when you think you do. So I want to take care of that right now. I had to take a big drink of water because I'm inviting you to go on a really short visualization with me. This is an invitation. If you don't want to do it, this won't take long. You can still stick around. But let's go into that bigger vision and your deeper why, okay? So I invite you to take a deep breath with me. Slow down a minute. Get really present where you are. Ground into the chair that you're sitting in. Ground your feet into the earth and all the way down to the core of the earth. And keep breathing nice, deep breaths. And breathe in and breathe that earth energy up through the earth, to your feet, through your legs, and to your root chakra and your sit bones. It's here to support us, and we can also breathe it up, that earth energy, all the way through our body, through our chakras, up to the crown of our heads. And sink into your heart space. And picture yourself at your event or your retreat that you've been dreaming about. You're there, surrounded by adoring attendees, hanging on your every word. They are soaking up your wisdom, your teachings, the experience you've created for them. And you are in your zone of genius and you feel like $1,000,000. Soak into that. And where are you? What do you see? Who are those people with you? Picture all of that. What are you teaching? What are you sharing? What experience are you giving them? And how do you feel? And ask yourself, why am I doing this? Now, the first answers that come up are to connect with my clients and prospects, to fill my mastermind group, or sell my thing, to teach people my process. Ask yourself why again, and keep asking yourself why until you get to what I call your power purpose. This is why you're here on the planet. This is why you do everything you do in your business. That deeper, deeper power purpose. That is why you're doing your event. I'll just share my power purpose to give you an idea. Obviously, I'm doing this webinar because I want to help everybody out, and I have something to invite you to at the end of the webinar. But my deeper purpose is to support change makers in getting their message out and touching more of their clients, because I believe that's what's going to change the world, and the world needs to be changed, and that women are going to save the world. And the more women and aware men that I can help do that, it's a trickle-down effect, you guys. It's a ripple effect. And that's my power purpose. So I'll give you a minute to tap into your power purpose. Capture how you feel right now, leading your dream event or retreat with people adoring everything you're saying, and you're feeling amazing and you're in your power purpose. Hold on to that. I want you to stay with that. Well, it would be great to just stay here all day, right, you guys, because it feels so good. But we have a lot to cover. So capture that feeling, and when you're ready, open your eyes, come back to me here, and let us know what your power purpose is in the comments. And this is so powerful, you guys. When you tap into this and then you base all the decisions that you make about your event or retreat as to whether they serve your power purpose, you create a truly extraordinary experience and you make money, okay? So I'd love to see what your power purpose is. You may have already known that, but not connected it with events or retreats before. But tap in, tap in. And then I want you to base all your decisions on that and get into this feeling place on this, okay? And I'm wondering if I lost you. Is everybody still in meditation mode? You didn't want to come back from the meditation. Okay, there we go. I know there's a delay. So Alexis wants to teach women, especially special needs mom, to connect to source energy to raise empowered kids. I love that, Alexis. That is absolutely a power purpose, your power purpose. I have a friend actually with a child with special needs, so that's also an area that's near and dear to my heart. And you want to help people. Oh, Allie, my power purpose is to help others unleash their imagination and bring play and inspiration back into their lives, teach women to step into their power and intuition. Beautiful. So like I said, sometimes you already know this. You might not call it your power purpose. You might already know this, but what happens when people start planning events is they forget that and they don't connect it to the experience that they are creating. And that's what I advise my clients that I work with to do. So keep this feeling, keep popping those power purposes in, and on a scale of 1 to 10, let me know how clear you are on your power purpose, or at least how to figure it out if you don't know it yet. How clear are you on a scale of 1 to 10 on your power purpose, or at least how to figure it out? Let me know in the comments. And then we're going to move on. That is key number 1, perceiving your vision. Lynn, I think that's supposed to be a 1. Cool. Oh, maybe, oh, okay, lead women to finding their light by awakening their creativity, deepening their spirituality, and uncovering the answers that are deep with their soul. 10, yes, I was thinking 1 like was the good thing when I said that, so obviously 10. Awesome, Lynn. Alexis is an 8. And a 4 on how to execute. We're going to get there, Alexis. Stay with me. We are going to get there, because next we're talking about the planning cycle, you guys, okay? The next key is about the planning. Clem, hi Clem, Kim, very clear, good reminder to keep it at the front. Yeah, that's what happens. We get caught up in the details and the minutia and we forget, right? Dominic, facilitate people to have an absolutely amazing life full of meaning and love. See the whole world as a holistic place we all share. Kate, to teach that diet and lifestyle are the best medicine, and you're at a 10. Not so clear on how to get there. You guys, perfect. You're exactly where you need to be. And these are so beautiful. Red, words are not empowering for me. How do you perceive your vision without the constraints of words? Well, then that would be visually, right, Red? And then you would visually communicate it. Okay, so I kind of understand what you're saying. But are you clear? If without words, are you clear? You know, so are you clear in your mind? Okay, great. Okay, so then you're good. You're good, Red. Helena, bring peace between couples, peace in our mind, especially if single or if going through relationship challenges. Retreat would be in Croatia. For women, it will be about femininity, distinguished and refined. Lovely. You guys, these are absolutely beautiful, and keep it up and keep this power purpose at the forefront as we go on to key number 2, which is to plan. So imagine knowing exactly what step to take and when to take. I put this woman on here because that's how I feel when I know what step to take and when to take it. And you guys said, yes, I've got my power purpose, I don't know how to do it. Okay, so let's go. This is why I am giving you the planning cycle, so you do things in the right order to profit. And this is my signature process for people like us, entrepreneurs, coaches, healers, consultants, online business owners. You guys, I did not create the concept of a planning cycle. You can Google it and get a million planning cycles, but they're for corporate events. They're for, you know, fundraisers and galas and stuff like that. It's not aligned specifically for people like us. And I did give you my event planning cycle in the email when you signed up. And this is what it looks like. If you have it in front of you, great. If you don't, don't worry, everything is in the slides here, and you do have the link in the emails. And if you didn't get it for some reason, just let me know and I will send it to you. You can email me or message me and I will send it to you. But everything's in the slides, so don't worry. But this is my planning cycle specifically for people like us doing events and retreats. And I'm going to walk you through the whole thing right now. And the biggest mistake I see is not thinking about the money or thinking about it too late. Biggest mistake I see with people planning their events and retreats, okay? So what's the secret? The secret is how I structured my planning phases, because step number 2, which is probably surprising, is to work on the profit plan before you get into a lot of the other details, okay? So again, we perceive, we work on the profit plan, we start promoting, we go back and finish planning all the details, then we get into the juicy programming content piece. We're at the event performing and pitching, and then you get the payoff. Okay, this is the cycle. And number 1 on there, as you saw, is perceive, which we already did. Now, when I'm working with clients, obviously I can go a lot deeper into your why, your vision, your goals, your ideal clients, but we did that already just now with that meditation. So the next step, the next 2 steps are profit, and I'm going to come back to that, and promote. And I'm going to come back to that too, because that's our 3rd key of the 3 keys that we're working on here. Okay, if that makes sense. So we did perceive. We're going to come back to these 2, and we're going to dive into step number 4 of the event planning cycle, which is the planning. And this is where people do often get overwhelmed, right? This is where you're looking at venues and catering and meals and speakers or tech or teachers if you have that. You're identifying what suppliers you need, like AV, photographer, videographer. For retreats, it might be like a tour guide or a yoga teacher or something like that. You're looking at what materials and printing, what activities you're doing, again, for retreats and also conferences. You know, if there's travel involved, maybe gifts, insurance. There are a lot of details in the planning. And the key here, again, is to know what order you're doing this. So by the time you get here, you've got your vision, you've already done your profit map and your promotion, which we're going to do next, and then you're in this planning cycle. And the key here, you guys, is to map everything out and know what needs to be done when. Okay, I'm giving you the big picture of what steps to take in the planning cycle and when you need to nail everything down, when you really need to get into the details. And I'm going to give you we're going to stay here just a minute because I'm going to give you a couple of tips that overlap with the profit part a little bit. But, you know, venue is at the top and is a really big deal. You can absolutely, you know, you might have your own space at your own home, or some space that you know that you have that doesn't cost you money, and then you are kind of ahead of the game. But otherwise, the venue is often a challenge. And when you get that event planning expertise under your belt, you know that almost everything is negotiable. And I was really shocked, I think it was last year, I was talking to a 7-figure coach, you guys, whose whole business is designed around speaking and hosting events. And I mentioned to her, I had just done the copywriter event or negotiated with the hotel there in Brooklyn for them. And I had mentioned to her that I saved them thousands of dollars negotiating with the hotel. And she said to me, I didn't even know that you could negotiate. And this is a woman who has built a business on events for over 10 years. I was pretty blown away by that. Tell me, did you know that you can negotiate with venues? You can negotiate with just about everybody. And you know, the worst answer is no. Some Vendors, some venues might not negotiate. They might not have wiggle room. I mean, with venues, a lot of it is how early you are. You know, if you're booking something really far in advance, they're not booked up yet. They love to get stuff on the calendar. If it's last minute and they know that if you don't take it, somebody else will, you don't have as much leverage. But when I'm working with my clients, I go into this in depth, and with my private clients, I do all that negotiation. I look for everything that we can leverage. And in my group, I teach my members how to do that and what to look for. You know, if you're going into a hotel and you're getting a ballroom and you're bringing people to the hotel and they're going to be booking rooms, you have a lot of leverage. You can carve off, you know, a lot of times they'll say you have to spend a certain amount on food and beverage, F&B. But if you're bringing people to them, you can get there's a minimum. You have to spend at least as much. You can negotiate that minimum, you guys. And this is an area that a lot of people, I realized, don't know. And obviously that cuts into your profits significantly. So you can negotiate with just about everybody. And if you didn't know this, give me like a thanks or I didn't know in the comments, just so I see where everybody is. So that is a really important thing to know when you're in the planning. And the other thing that I do is I map everything out. Basically, I will dump everything that I have to do that I can think of for the event into one document, and then I go back and organize it into a timeline with deadlines that I'm setting for myself as to when things need to happen. And a lot of times you might have to work backwards. Like, okay, I need the signs delivered to the venue on this day. How long does the printer need? Oh, the printer needs 2 weeks. How long am I going to give my designer to make changes? Let's say I'm going to give her 2 weeks. So I need to start working on that, 6 weeks before the event. So that's a way that can help you set up your timeline and really organize everything you have to do. What you're printing out yourself, or you're taking to like FedEx to print for the day of, you can do that the day before your event. If you want less stress, you can do it earlier, of course. But it's not important to do that 6 weeks before your event. There are other pieces that are more important to do first. And this is all outlined on my event planning cycle. And I've listed in each section, as you see, the main points to focus on, okay? The main points to focus on. And that brings us to phase number 5, which is usually the most fun phase for people to work on, because this is in your zone of genius. This is what you know. This is when you're figuring out what you are sharing or delivering, or the experience you're creating. But I have to say, if you're making an offer at the end of your event or retreat, which I suggest most of you do or you consider doing, unless you're charging a lot to attend and you're making all your profit on the event itself, there's a really there's a strategy behind how to design the programming to lead people where you want them to end up. If your program, it should really be the next logical step for them after they go through your event. So then the whole event can be designed, the whole experience can be designed to lead them to that place where they're either complete with what you've given them already, or you have what they need next to go deeper, go to the next step. And you want to put that into your content flow. And I work with my clients on this. This is also something people don't know, or else they heard it and then they kind of forgot it and they get caught up in the excitement and thinking about everything that they could possibly teach. That's another mistake. We often think like we have to teach everybody everything that we know at this one gathering, and that's just not possible, right? And then it just leaves them overwhelmed. So if this is resonating with you, let me know in the comments. Again, we're going through the profit map. There you were at your event. You just did it. You just performed and made your offer. And everybody is loving everything you did. Remember, stay in that feeling space. Okay? Stay in that feeling space. And then the final step is the payoff. Oh no, sorry, I skipped. The next step is you are there and you are delivering. And in addition to delivering your information or the experience, this is when you also want to think about managing your energy and reading the energy in the room. And this is where having a professional event planner or some sort of assistant on site with you really, really helps. Those of you who have run events yourself without on-site support, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. If you did that, let us know in the comments, you know, how that worked for you. So having support on site is critical, even if it's a friend that is good and sharp, right? You know, you want to be in your zone of genius and be able to focus on serving your clients. And if you're worrying about like the toilet paper's out or the coffee's late, it's taking you out of that zone of genius and it just doesn't require your energy. And those little drains can really affect you. And I was talking with one of my clients yesterday, and she's totally ready to up level. She's always had support, but she's pulled in you know, clients to help or family members to help. And so she said she's always like underneath it, on site at the event, navigating those relationships. Because sometimes, you know, at the event, you need somebody to do what you need them to do without questioning you, and to do it right then. And a family member or a friend might not take to that so well. And that's why she's really ready to like level up and get that on-site event planner. It's not required, you guys, if you're not there yet and the budget isn't there yet. Definitely you can work with, you know, people that you know. But, you know, it changes the game totally. And Kelly says yes, and Red says hire a stage manager and event manager are so important. Yes, it does depend on the size of your event too, right? I mean, if you're doing a large event with a lot of people, obviously you absolutely need it. If you're doing a smaller event, you know, you can get by without that if you've got somebody sharp. But it has to be somebody sharp, and you definitely want to make sure that like the check-in runs smoothly, you guys. Because I have seen disasters at the check-in and it's not cute. It's really not cute. So these are the things that we're going to be thinking about during this stage, during these last two stages, 5 and 6, where you're really drilling down on what that experience is that you are creating for everybody. And then the final phase is the payoff. You've had the event. You can now look at the money you brought in. You're probably going to keep selling if it's an event that you are selling something at and bringing in more money. It's time to evaluate and see what went right, what you'd like to change. You know, share your photos and the moments that you captured with your community, and celebrate. Really important. Don't just go right on, okay, did that, go to the next thing. That's what we tend to do. Celebrate. So again, these are the event planning phases. This is what you're going to focus on and when you're going to focus on. And I asked you, you know, I said earlier, imagine knowing exactly what step to take and when to take it. Well, this is it, you guys. This is the system. I just gave it to you. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how clear are you on what step to take when? I'd love to see how that landed. Let me know in the comments as we go on to the big reason everybody's here, which is the profit plan. The profit plan, okay? This is the key number 3. Now, again, in the planning cycle, this was phase number 2, but I put it last because I wanted to go deep into the profit with you guys. That's the 3rd key, right? Okay, so creating a profit plan. The biggest mistake I see is not creating a profit plan. And this is how most people do it. I want you to think about money early in the process. The first thing is, what's it going to cost you? What's it going to cost you? What is the budget? Okay. And most people, I talk to so many people, you guys, that don't do a budget. They don't know how much it costs last time that they did it. They just dive in and start doing it. So I have budget templates. I have retreat pricing templates, which I'll talk to you about more in a second if you're interested in doing retreats. But key number one to the profit is, what's the budget? And the other thing is, how are you gonna make money? And that goes on your pricing models, okay? So for events, you can do free events or low investment events that lead to an upsell offer, and you're making your money on the upsell offer. Or you can have that high ticket event. You still may be making an offer, but you're really making all your money on the cost of the event itself. And in retreat pricing, this is really tricky, you guys. The majority of retreat leaders don't make money. They maybe get a free trip out of the deal, or they lose money because they don't consider how much to pay themselves. So the simple version of the formula is, look at your costs plus what you're going to pay yourself, and then set your ticket price. Don't set your ticket price and then go figure out how much your retreat is going to cost. That is not going to work, okay? Cost plus your pay equals ticket price. Now, I work with my clients with a whole pricing template for retreats because it is kind of complex, and we actually look at what it's going to cost you per person, including your pay. And when we do this worksheet, you know that exactly it's going to cost me $1,022 if I get 6 people there. It's going to cost me $982 if I get 10 people there, which is my goal. And it's going to cost me $750 if I get 12 people there, which is the most I can take. And when you see all this, then you can smartly price your retreat so that you make money. So for those of you doing retreats or wanting to do retreats, if you're doing them, do you do it this way? Have you heard this before? And if you want to do them, how is this making you feel about understanding how to price and how to profit with your retreats? Okay. The deal is, create a profit plan and create it. Again, remember, if we're looking at the cycle, we are in phase 2, very early on. This isn't how most people do it, right? But this is the way to plan for profit. Now, remember, I'm doing this now because I wanted to go deep into the subject, but we're way back here in phase 2, you guys. And the other piece of profiting is promoting, right? This is phase 3. Let me go back. We did the profit plan. Now we're doing the promoting. So this is where you come up with your title, your sales page, your copy, your whole promotional plan, and you start bringing in money. So you start bringing in money before you have to pay out a whole lot when you get down to step 4, okay? Now, the biggest mistake I see is not selling enough. You guys, I love this picture of this dude. This is how we have to be about our offerings, and especially us women have so many hangups typically about selling. But selling is serving. If people don't know about you, you can't help them, you can't solve their problems, and not promoting enough is what happens. You have to go all in. Now, people want to put up a Facebook post and send an email and fill their events. Everybody wants that to happen. And unless you're Gabby Bernstein or somebody at that level, that doesn't happen. And I've got some news for you. Even people at that level, you guys, they often have sales teams. Sales teams that get on the phone. The phone and personal reach outs are the best way to sell. Some of you are here today live or catching the replay because I did a personal reach out. I sent you a Facebook message or I sent you an email and I said, hey, we talked before about you wanting to do events or retreats and I'm doing a webinar. Do you want to come? And people responded and signed up from my personal reach outs. And you have to go all in, guys. Go all in. And it's really easy to get discouraged and say, oh, I only sold 3 spots. I only sold 6 tickets and the event's a week away or whatever, right? But you have to embody the energy of an athlete here and think about it. Think about a basketball team. They can be down 10 points with 10 seconds left on the clock. They don't give up, you guys. They don't walk out. They play to the last second. And this is what you have to do in your promotion, not just for your events or retreats, for everything really. You have to go all in. You have to believe in what you created enough to go all in and not give up. But imagine how it will feel to make money leading your event and your retreat, your dream event and your retreat that is in your heart that you tapped into on that meditation. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how clear are you on the path to profit? Let me know. Let me know how clear you are on the step, on the path to profit. Red, great. Number 10, that is exactly what I see. I'm loving that this is working for you guys. So remember, wait, did I just jump in my slides? Hold on. We were here. Okay, yeah, okay. So these are the 3 keys. Perceive your vision, know the planning cycle, and follow it, and create that profit plan. And this is time to make good on the promise, you guys, because I want to see your events and retreats actually happening. I want those event and retreat dreams to be coming through. So remember why you're here. You want to create that incredible experience that makes money, and you want to connect with your customers and your ideal clients. You don't want to be overwhelmed by the details, and you want to be sure that you're gonna profit, right? Hosting those events is in your heart and you really, really want this, and you know that KLT is gonna elevate your business, and your time is now. It's time to claim your expertise and dominate your niche, you guys, with a profitable, proven event system. And I've got it for you. It's worked for my clients, as you saw. And remember, events are magical, but creating one isn't magic, okay? Everything I'm sharing isn't fluff or made up. It's proven to work. My clients are using this every day, every day. So tell me, are you ready to create your own powerful and profitable live event or retreat? Yes, Allison says. Feel into that. Remember your power, purpose, and how you felt in that meditation leading your event. Yes, Kelly says. And I also invite you to think about what support you need to make it happen. If you're good to go, like I said, tag me in your photos. I can't wait to see it all happen. But if you want to dive deeper into this, this is what you know. A proven system to follow, that's going to give you clarity. Knowing what action to take when is going to give you confidence and keep you moving forward. Having a pro to guide you and answer your questions is going to give you support. And having a community of like-minded women, maybe we'll have a guy or 2 in there, we'll see, with the same goal gives you connection, clarity, confidence, connection, and support. And so I have your invitation coming and the special bonus that I have for you coming your way, which I'll reveal in just a moment. I'm inviting you to join me in Live Event Mastery. It's my 9-week intimate group incubator, and you're gonna learn to plan, promote, and profit like a pro. You guys, this is the proven system, and it's the group program to make your event dreams come true, okay? And We go through every step of the cycle. You guys, these are the modules pretty much. These are the modules, okay? Each one, we go way deeper into the perceive module. We do the profit map together. We work on your promotion. We deal with the plans. I'm telling you everything you need to know in this group to create your event and profit. It's a 9-week group with coaching support. 6 training modules, and it's 6 because I combined program, perform, and pitch into one module. So it's 6 modules, 6 action guides after each module, so you know exactly what to do. We have implementation weeks built in. We have plenty of time for Q&A on those implementation weeks. There are Q&A calls, Q&A on the live trainings too. I'm teaching these trainings live. I'm not giving you like a digital course and telling you to go figure it out yourself. This is a small group, and I'm really in there working with you on your specific event. And you're getting all my templates. I think it was Allison that was like, oh, the budget templates are so good. You're getting all my templates, all my tip sheets, all my guidelines in the group. And of course, we have a private Facebook group too, and we cover everything in the profit map, you guys. And it's not just for the newer people. Yvonne came in. She actually came in at the VIP level in January. She's led many, many events and retreats. And she just knew when she saw this that she could learn more from me. Much like Kim said at the beginning here. Kim's been doing events a long time too and retreats a long time. But there's more you can know, you can learn if you're not from the event planning world and you're not got that special mix of event planning and the coaching online space like I bring. So Yvonne knew she could learn more. She's done her Hawaii retreat in May. She's done that retreat several times. She just had that in June actually, and she's working now on her live event that she does in October. You saw Elena earlier. Like I said, she did her whole thing, you guys, in 4 months. Now, let me tell you, in this group, I'm not saying that you're going to have your entire event hold the event in 9 weeks. You could do it if you really, really focused and that's kind of all you were doing, but you're going to know everything that you need to know from this program. Here's another client that was in the group, Kari. She's working on a retreat at the Biltmore Estate. Kame is actually a private client of mine. She's the one that pre-sold spots into her Paris retreat. The total value of the program is over $5,000, you guys, because you have this forever. You have all those templates and worksheets and knowledge forever. And the usual investment is $19.97. And today it's $14.97 or a 2-pay of $777. And if you want to hop on over to the page, oh, let me tell you, fast action bonuses. For the first 5 people that sign up, you get a private planning call with me. And if you join today, you get a private messaging strategy call with me. And I've got to tell you, the clients that got the private messaging call in the last group were really blown away. In addition to my event background, my background is public relations and marketing. So I've always been working with messaging. I get really excited talking to people about their messaging. I love working on that, and people found that really super valuable. So if you go to ElaineWellman.com, ElaineWellman.com/mastery, you will see the program. I'm going to pop it up onto the screen, and before I do that, if you have questions, you can put them in the chat, and I'm going to be sending you a special. The bonus for sticking around to the end is a guided meditation to take you into that purpose and that vision deeper. I mean, we'll be able, it's not a super long meditation, but you do get to, we have more time than I had today to take you through that. So this is the information on the program, ElaineWellman.com/mastery. Let me just type that in here for you guys if you want to check it out. And that early bird pricing is for 3 days. And I'm taking you here because I want to go deeper into the modules with you. I love my little photo strips here. Don't you like those? So we're going to go deeper into perceive in module 1 and really clarify your vision and the design for your event to create maximum engagement. And again, this is the first step. People skip it. They think they already know it. But when you get deep into this, everything works like clockwork, okay? Everything works like clockwork. Get into your why, goals, and vision, and identify the best container for your event and key components of how to create it in a dynamic way, and understanding that event planning cycle, okay? And after the very first module, this is what some of the members said after the very first module, so I had to include that. Module number 2 is that profit plan. We're going to work on your profit plan together. You get those pricing templates, you get the budget templates, and you see how you're going to make money from the start, okay? I'm talking more about how to negotiate during this, how to work with those vendors and contractors, and how to stay on budget, figuring out the best structure, pricing structure for your event, and how you can increase profits. And this is where, you know, I got people pre-selling tickets to their events and retreats, and they were like, oh my God, I can do that. It's like, yeah, not everybody is ready to do that, but if you've got an engaged community, we can talk about if that will work for you. Module 3 is promote. Get those butts and seats. That's an official industry term, you guys, butts and seats. And I'm going to walk you through how to start promoting your event, any technology that you need. You have to make sure that everything's set up on the back end to start selling. So that's included here, as well as your promotional plan for your unique event, and special tactics and offers that you can make to fill the room. Module 4 is planning. Okay, we want you to use this whole system so it's as stress-free as possible for you. And that's where we dive deep into the details, step by step, create that timeline that's going to work for you. And you guys, this is another big bonus, especially for retreat leaders, release forms and legal forms and insurance. We talk about all of that. And an event countdown plan for when you get closer to your event and what you need to do to make sure that everything runs smoothly on the day, okay? Module 5, program, perform, and pitch. This is where we go into your content, making sure that it connects with your offer if you're making an offer, and what you need to do for your energy at the event. And we really go into how to structure the event itself, the experience itself, to lead people where you want them to go. And we work on your offer if you're making an offer. And then what to do after the event. It's funny, my friends, I used to produce a lot of trade shows, you guys, which was really intense, lots of hours in a short period of time. And this is when I had worked, you know, for somebody else. And my friends would be so surprised that I had to go to work like the day after the whole thing was over. But there's stuff to do after an event. And you want to, you know, really review and debrief and see what worked and what you want to do differently next time. What could have been better? This is where you're going to evaluate everything. You're going to look at your numbers, look at your budget. Did it all work out the way you thought it would? And follow up with your attendees and probably keep selling. Now, there's a bonus retreat masterclass. I'll tell you all what happened. I only led this once before. I launched it in January, and the majority of the people in the group were doing retreats. So we didn't really need to do the retreat masterclass. I'm talking retreats and events throughout the whole program based on who's in the group, because again, I am leading this live. So I'm leading the trainings live. They are recorded, but they're live. So I will customize it. You know, if I only have 1 or 2 people doing retreats and we get, you know, 10 people or something in the group, I'll definitely be talking about retreats every time. But if we feel like we need more just for the retreat people, then we'll do bonus masterclass and Q&A. You know, this isn't like set in stone to the point where I'm just going to stick with everything if it's not serving you. If you're in there and you need something, I am going to make sure that you get it. So it's a very personal experience. Again, this is how it works. 9 weeks, coaching and personal support in our Facebook group, 6 training modules that are recorded live with you where we're walking through all of those elements of the event planning cycle, action guides after every module so you know what you need to do, all those resources and templates, and Q&A party to end it all up. And these are all the templates, resources, and bonuses that you get, you guys. There's a profit plan worksheet, that event budget template, the retreat pricing worksheet. If you're doing retreats, that alone is worth the program. The planning timeline, content templates, you guys, for your how you're structuring your event, guided meditations, and all those liability forms. This is huge for the retreat people, especially your liability, your release, your participant information, your media form releases. You're getting all of that and more, plus the Q&A time. And don't forget, you have the fast action bonus and your ticket. We're starting the week of July 20th. And I have 10 regular spots and 3 VIP spots available, you guys. There's $500 off the price if you get in at the early bird. There is the 2-pay. And here's the VIP upgrade. This is what Yvonne came in at last time, so it was really interesting. She was the most experienced event and retreat leader, and she took the VIP. You get 3 private coaching calls with me, okay? And if you come in and you get the other bonuses, you could end up getting 4 or 5. You know, if you buy today, if you come one of the first 5, then those get added. I will promote your event to my community. I will also make personal introductions to leaders and resources that are relevant for your promotion or your planning when we see that comes up. And you get an additional 6 months of private support via Voxer and email. And I really felt strongly about this. This is a great upgrade because, again, you're not necessarily having your event during the 9 weeks that we're together. So you can add this on through the VIP level and get another 6 months after the program ends. And the value of this alone is $5,000. I'm offering 3 spots at $3,997, but the early bird is $2,997, or 2 payments of $1,547. So you guys, that is Live Event Mastery, and I would love to see you there. If you have questions, feel free to pop them into the comments. Feel free to email me at elaine@elainewellman.com or send me a Facebook message. Remember, you know, questions are great, okay? And you might be saying, what if I'm not ready? What if I don't have a big enough following? The answer to that is really the same. I want this to feel 100% aligned for you. If you're really passionate, you can work on planning your event while you are building your community. You do have to have something to sell, your event, and people to sell it to. But it takes time to plan events and retreats. If you've never done a retreat before, you know, it's great to have a year to plan it. So if you want to be doing a retreat next spring or next summer and you've never done it before, start now, and you can be building your community while you're planning. And if you've already hosted live events and retreats, like you saw with Yvonne, there's a lot of information here that will help you up-level them and increase your profits, okay? Couple more testimonials. Lots of you guys know me through Jenny Finnig. We're in programs together. You've been at events and retreats of Jenny's that I've supported her on. Again, I'm available for questions at elaine@elainewellman.com. Check out elainewellman.com/mastery. I would love to welcome you into the program, and I can't wait to see who goes on this journey with me starting on the week of July 20th. And let me know who's in. And if you have any questions, and I hope that this was really valuable for you today. I'm just going to pop myself back on here. I hope this was really valuable for you today. And if you have any questions, I can stick around. Feel free to pop them in, questions about the program or questions about your specific event or retreat. I see Allison's going to reach out to me. I see Kim said she sent me an email. Anybody else have questions? Otherwise, you're also welcome to post questions in my Facebook group. I know a lot of you came in there. You guys, weird things were happening in that group, and I was making posts and people weren't seeing them. So if you're new in the Facebook group and it looks like I didn't post since like May or June, just know that that's not the case. I don't know exactly what's going on. It's kind of pretty interesting. Then I saw Facebook recommend that I boost one of my group posts to my group. I'm like, okay, what are they up to? But hopefully if you post there, I will see it. And thanks so much for coming, you guys. Let me know what questions you have. Let me know when you're doing events in your retreats, and I invite you to join me at Live Event Mastery. Take care.